It's My Life, Chapter 3, Meeting with Shell. The asteroid was heading right for us, and we hit us, and it hurt my every place. Wheatley got all's broken, but Robot GLaDOS was not closed and pushed way into space. "I hope your bloody powers can help us sorting land," Wheatley yelled because he was scared. I tried hard, and a magic shield came around me and Wheatley. So as we started falling to Earth, no thing bad happened. Just like Ellen Page in Beyond Two Souls, if you try to die, you're a ghost buddy. Magic shields you, yeah. This story is more complicated than I thought. As well followed fast towards Earth, I saw Portal Labs coming up front, so I braced myself around Wheatley. We landed with a huge crush to where Atlas and Peabody, thanks constructive criticism, guys, and not trolls, were smoking more drugs. The looks on their feces were classic when they saw me back with Wheatley. "Why are you doing here? This is our turf!" Atlas yelled loud at me and punched, but my shield broke his hand. "Impossible!" Then I kicked him back and looked to Peabody and glared at him, so he pooped robot stuff, and ran away. Suddenly, without warning, a girl jumped from the hole in the ceiling I made when I landed. She was wearing a jumpsuit like me, and she looked like me, but a little less pretty and hot. I knew immediately it was Shell. Shell looked at me and smiled and started to dance crazy. I'm going to keep this canon, and I'm not gonna read this right here. I'm just going to keep going. Shell sung as her danced and shake butt. Wheatley got sad looking and told me, "I forgot to mention that she got brain damage and can't solve tests no more. That's why clouds let her go before." I cried some tears at my retorted sister shaking her butt all crazy and stuff, like on the Symbionical Titan show. I got out a Magnum pistol and went up to Shell head to shoot and pet her out of her misery, which is also a movie. The gun went off like boom, 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 and Shell fell down with the blood from her head hole. "I'm sorry, my sister." Wheatley was crying, and I started crying too because it was a really sad day. After all the tears came out, I got up and went to find GLaDOS for revenge. Welty couldn't walk, so I put him in my jumpsuit, and he got real happy. "Marisa, your chest is so big and squishy." He happied, so I got happy too, and we went for GLaDOS. GLaDOS was listening to her dumb goth emo music when she saw me and Wheatley come in.
"What do you want? You was already stopped me from suiciding and stopped my revenge. You put Wheatley in space and made Shell booty quake, and you tried to kill me too, so I will kill you." My body started glowing electric, and I used my special new fight ability, Mega Punch! And now it's Pokemon. To punch GLaDOS' head off, and she died for real this time. Wheatley turned off all the dumb goth emo music with science powers, and we were happy. Then I remembered something I needed to tell to Wheatley. "Wheatley, you need to know that I'm pregnant."
Wheatley looked at me with shock and awe.
"Marisa, this is good news. We can have robot ball human baby and live happily ever after forever now."
I was so happy. I hugged Wheatley, and we almost made a twin baby right there and there when Atlas and P-Boy show up. "Hey, B, asterisk, 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 we're back!" Atlas yelled and took out the guns. Body took one of the guns and aimed it at me too. I powered up my shield, but something strange happened and I fell over and started breathing hard.
"What's wrong with me?"
Welty got scarred looking while Atlas and P-Boy lolled and got ready to shoot us up. Things were going down bad when someone raised up from behind the two robo-jerks and hit them on heads with frying pan. It was Shell!
"So, you saved us."
I congratulated her. Looking closer, I saw Shell was right. She was a zombie now. Wheatley made some growls to stop her, but Shell didn't care and tried to bite me, but accidentally bit Atlas instead, so he became a robot zombie. To be continued. I'm running out of ideas for what Misery can do in Portal Labs. I think next chapter she'll go to other Valve games, maybe if you want. It's My Life, Chapter 3. Hello, Hell. The Return of Gabe Johnson. I O-mouthed in shock. God damn it. That's gonna get me every time. Every fucking time. At Zombie Shell, and Atlas and Wheatley just screamed real loud. There was no weapons to fight them with, but I thought hard and used a portal gun to portal below me and far away, so I escaped with Wheatley.
This was a close one, Wheatley
said to me, man. We started looking for clues on why zomboids happened. Then was when I realized one of my powers was super detective, and I knew where the zombies came from. The taters. This is now Batman and Kids Next Door.
Those were zombie taters. If you eat them and dead, you will be zombie.
I explained to Wheatley, who o-mouthed. God fucking damn it. Then a portal happened and Shell and Atlas came out with knives, ready to eat us. My powers were still all wonky, so I couldn't fight them. Instead, we ran fast but tripped. I looked to what I tripped on and saw it was a prototype portal gun. I pissed up and test fired it at Shell and Atlas, who failed down it, and flames came up.
Bloody hell, it's a buggering portal to Andor Hill.
Wheatley realized, and I knew he was right. Even though they were zombies now, I had to save my sister, and Altus from Undred Hell. So I grabbed the prototype portal gun and jumped in.
Marisa, no, it's too dangerous.
Wheatley cried, but I had to do it. Inside Undred Hell was a bunch of metal and fire with robots getting bet up. I saw Gladys and Shell and Atlas, all there being herded by robo-demons from the game Doom. This is the biggest fucking mashup ever. I went up to Skyle and saw her was not zombie anymore, and o-mouthed, God fucking damn it, at me. Shell hugged me and I was happy that my sister was saved, but now we had to find Altus and get out of here. So we went looking for Atlas when I saw a hot tub made off lava with a muscly guy in it and lots of hot babes. Shell was real surprised at him and I thought telepathic.
What's going on, Shell? Who's that guy?
The man looked up at us when Shell said it and he was all shocked. Marisa, is that you? He was all scarred looking and made fart bubbles in the hot tub, which made all the hot babes angry, so they left.
Oh my God, how do you know my name?
I asked in shocked and o-mouthed. God fucking damn it.
I know it, because you're my dog.
We all, even the robots, o-mouthed. Fucking Christ. And Shell fainted because we were sisters, so she was Gabe Johnson's daughter too. Gabe got out of the hot tub, but he was naked, so it was all gross and I ran away.
Oh my God, oops.
Gabe, oh, it's Cave. It's supposed to be Cave Johnson. It took me that long to realize. Oh, mouth. Gabe said lolling and got some pants on, but I was already going far away. After some far running, I got back to the portal and saw something bad. Wheatley was all tied up in Peabody, and now a life Atlas were throwing the taters into Android Hell, and robots were eating them and turning into zomboids. Robo-Demon ate one and become the big zombie boss monster from Resident Evil, only he had a portal gun and rocket launchers. Gabe Johnson ran up carrying Shell, but zombies were chasing them. Atlas and Peabody lolled and said, "Bye, baby, asterisk, 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 asterisk," and closed the portal, leaving us wrapped. We had been left for dead. It's joke. Marisa, you must use your powers. It's the only hope, Gabe Johnson said, and I knew it was true. I bent down on the metal floor and thought hard, and sparks came out of my everywhere, and I glowed bright gold. I was made of Australium, I thought. I should go to the Team Fortress universe next. I bet that's gonna happen. Oh, God. Gabe Johnson o-mouthed. God damn it. At me, and Shell was still in Cutsius, so she didn't do nothing. There was a huge flash of the brightest light ever, and we were in Portal Labs.
Yay, we did it,
I said, hugging Gabe and Shell. Then someone started to loll at us. It was GLaDOS.
You let me escape from Arded Hell now on my revenge on you, Marissa Roberts.
To be continued. Oh no, can Marissa escape from GLaDOS once and for all? And is Gabe Johnson really a good guy and dad? Find out soon. Thank you guys for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also things